The silence breaks with a single question lingering in the air. What happens when faith collides with fear, and when loyalty is tested beyond measure? Season 6 of The Chosen promises to bring us closer than ever to the final steps of a journey that has changed history. The Chosen has never been just another show. It has grown into a worldwide movement, gathering millions of viewers from every corner of the earth. What began as a small crowd-funded project soon became one of the most talked-about series in modern history, breaking barriers in how biblical stories are told on screen. The Chosen made us feel like we were walking beside the disciples, sitting near the sea as Jesus spoke, or standing in awe as miracles unfolded before our very eyes. Each season has taken us deeper into the humanity of those who followed him, showing their doubts, their struggles, and their unshakable faith. Season 1 introduced us to lives transformed by a simple call: follow me. From Mary Magdalene's redemption to Matthew's unexpected journey from tax collector to disciple, we witnessed the beginning of a movement that would challenge the entire world. Season 2 and 3 expanded the vision, portraying not only the miracles but also the challenges, conflicts, and sacrifices. By Season 4, we were drawn into a growing storm as opposition rose, and the message of Jesus began shaking foundations of power and tradition. Season 5 left audiences at the edge of their seats, filled with both inspiration and heartbreak, as the disciples felt the weight of their calling more than ever before. The beauty of The Chosen lies not just in retelling ancient events, but in making them real and relatable for a modern audience. We do not just watch history, we feel it. We connect with characters in ways that remind us of our own weaknesses, our doubts, and our moments of strength. This is why Season 6 carries so much weight. It is not only the continuation of a story, but a preparation for the climax of Jesus' earthly mission. As fans wait for this new chapter, the excitement builds. Whispers about the upcoming season have created anticipation across social media, in churches, in homes, and even among people who may never have picked up the Bible before watching the show. It has created a bridge between history and modern faith, between storytelling and lived experience. And now, as we stand on the threshold of Season 6, there is one undeniable truth: the journey is far from over. The story is about to enter its most powerful stage, and the world is waiting. Every great story carries a moment where the world begins to shift, where shadows grow longer and choices weigh heavier. That is where The Chosen now stands as we approach Season 6. The tone is no longer the calm of early miracles or the joy of first gatherings. It is the moment when the light shines brightest against the darkness trying to silence it. Season 5 left us with a sense that change was coming. The disciples had walked through moments of victory, but they also tasted the cost of following a leader who challenged every tradition, every authority, and every power that claimed control over people's hearts. The growing opposition is not just political or religious, it is personal. Each disciple begins to feel the weight of standing by a teacher who speaks truth without fear, even when the truth shakes the ground beneath the rulers of the time. Season 6 promises to bring this storm to life with greater force than ever before. We will see the disciples wrestling with doubt in ways they never expected. We will see loyalty tested in the face of danger, and we will see faith transform into something deeper, stronger, and unshakable. The conflict will not only come from outside pressures, but from within their own hearts. What does it mean to follow Jesus when the cost grows heavier with every step? What happens when fear whispers that turning back might be easier than moving forward? The drama of Season 6 lies in these questions. It is not simply about what Jesus does, but about how those around him respond. The miracles will continue, the teachings will stir hearts, but the reactions will vary. Some will find hope, others will find offense, and many will find reason to conspire against him. Every scene is expected to build toward the final chapters of his ministry, chapters that carry both pain and promise. As viewers, this season asks us to step into that tension. It will invite us to feel the uncertainty of the disciples as they wonder if they have the strength to endure. It will ask us to reflect on our own struggles, our own fears, and the moments we wonder if we are strong enough to stand for what we believe in. The brilliance of The Chosen has always been its ability to make history feel like today. And in Season 6, that power will reach a new height. This is not a season of simple beginnings. It is a season where the storm gathers, where silence is broken by cries of both joy and anger, where the choice to stand with Jesus means everything. Season 6 is not just about telling what happened. It is about pulling us into the weight of that moment, into the emotions that changed history, and into the story that continues to speak across generations. In every story, there comes a time when the heroes are not fighting enemies on the outside, but the shadows within their own hearts. For the disciples of Jesus, that time is now. Season 6 will not only show the miracles and the bold teachings, it will uncover the cracks, the insecurities, and the quiet fears that each follower carries as the journey grows darker. Peter, who once walked on water, now faces the storm of leadership. The more he steps forward, the more he realizes that faith is not only about courage in the moment, but endurance over time. He is bold, but boldness alone cannot silence the whispers of doubt that haunt him. Season 6 will press on his heart in ways that reveal how fragile even the strongest appear when the road becomes heavy. Matthew, the tax collector turned disciple, still feels the weight of rejection. Though he walks with the teacher, there are moments he wonders if he truly belongs. The world has not forgotten his past, and at times, neither has he. Season 6 will explore the loneliness behind his intelligence, showing us that transformation does not erase every scar, but rather teaches us how to live with them. Mary Magdalene, who has known both the pit of despair and the heights of freedom, must now hold her ground as the opposition grows. Her faith is fierce, but she carries memories that return in moments of weakness. Season 6 will remind us that faith is not the absence of struggle. It is the choice to keep standing even when the struggle returns. And then there is Judas, the quiet presence in the background, the one whose story we already know, but whose path is still being revealed. Season 6 will deepen his character, showing the tension between loyalty and discontent, between admiration and doubt. His role will be one of the most watched and most heartbreaking arcs as the story inches closer to betrayal. These are not just names in a book. These are people who lived, who wrestled with their fears, who questioned if they could carry the mission placed on their shoulders. And through The Chosen, they are brought to life with honesty and vulnerability. Season 6 is not afraid to show that faith does not come wrapped in perfection. It is raw, it is messy, and it often feels uncertain. But in that uncertainty we see ourselves. We see our doubts reflected in theirs, our fears echoed in their whispers, and our hopes renewed by their courage. This season will not simply tell us what they did. It will allow us to feel what they felt, to walk in their shoes, and to understand that even the greatest stories are carried by fragile human hearts. Every miracle is more than a moment of wonder. It is a spark that lights hope in some hearts and ignites fury in others. In Season 6, this truth will unfold with striking power. Each act of healing, each word of truth, each sign of compassion will not only inspire the desperate, but also provoke those who fear losing control. The sick will come searching, and the broken will find restoration. Crowds will gather with tears in their eyes as lives are changed in an instant. A child once forgotten will rise with new strength. A blind man will open his eyes to see the world for the first time. A woman burdened by years of pain will be freed by a single touch. These miracles will not only touch those characters, but pull viewers into moments where the impossible becomes real. But while the people rejoice, the leaders will rage. Every miracle becomes a challenge to their authority. Every act of mercy is seen as rebellion. The ones who hold power in religion and politics will tighten their grip, fearing that this movement will grow too large to control. Their anger will rise with each passing day, until silence becomes their only goal. The tension will not be quiet. It will erupt in debates, confrontations, and schemes plotted in dark corners. Whispers will turn into plans. Disapproval will turn into open threats. The shadow of conflict will hang over every word Jesus speaks, every step he takes, and every life he changes. This is the heart of Season 6. the dual reality that miracles bring both joy and danger. For those who believe, it is a call to hope. For those who resist, it is a reason to destroy. And caught in the middle are the disciples, torn between awe and fear, watching as their teacher's compassion invites both devotion and deadly opposition. The Chosen has always shown us that light and darkness cannot exist without collision. In this season, that collision will be sharper than ever. The miracles will dazzle us, but the shadows will remind us that joy does not come without cost. Hope will spread like fire, but so will hatred. And in that clash, history itself will be written. There is a moment in every story when the foundation begins to crack. In Season 6 of The Chosen, that crack will widen, not only in the world outside but in the hearts of those closest to Jesus. Betrayal will no longer be a distant whisper. It will take root, grow quietly, and prepare to break the circle of trust that once felt unshakable. Among the disciples, loyalty has always been tested. Some followed out of faith, others out of hope, and some simply because they could not deny the power of his words. But faith that stands in calm waters is different from faith tested in storms. In Season 6, those storms will not only come from hostile crowds or powerful leaders, they will rise from within their own ranks. Judas will no longer be just a face in the crowd. His journey will take a darker turn, and his doubts will grow heavier with each step. The tension in his heart will be felt not only in his silence, but in the choices he begins to make. While others cling to their teacher with everything they have, Judas will stand at a crossroads where admiration collides with discontent. We know where his road leads, but Season 6 will let us see how it begins. Slowly, painfully, with cracks that appear almost invisible until it is too late. Yet betrayal is only half of the story. Alongside it, loyalty shines even brighter. Peter's devotion will clash with his fear, but still he refuses to let go. Mary's faith will be tested, but her courage will not fade. Even Thomas, known for his questions, will show moments of fierce dedication that surprise even himself. In these displays of loyalty, we see not perfect followers, but flawed humans choosing again and again to stand beside the one they believe in. This is the heartache of Season 6. Watching bonds deepen even as one begins to fracture. Watching love grow stronger even as betrayal prepares to strike. It is the tension of knowing what history records, but still being drawn into the raw humanity of how it all unfolded. Loyalty and betrayal are not just events in this season. They are mirrors for us as viewers. We see ourselves in their choices. We feel the sting of their failures, and we wrestle with the same question they faced. When the cost is high, will we stay or will we turn away? Season 6 will not give easy answers. It will place us at the edge of heartbreak, showing how the greatest story ever told was not only about triumph, but also about the pain of broken trust and the beauty of faith that refuses to die. There are moments in life when the air feels heavier, when silence itself speaks of something approaching. Season 6 of The Chosen lives in that space. Every step Jesus takes, every word he speaks, every miracle he performs begins to carry the weight of something greater, something that both the disciples and the audience can sense but cannot yet fully grasp. The shadow of the cross is beginning to stretch across the story. It is not yet the final hour, but the signs are everywhere. The tension in Jerusalem grows tighter, the anger of the leaders grows sharper, and the whispers of betrayal grow louder. And in the middle of it all stands Jesus, calm but unshakable, carrying a peace that confuses his enemies and comforts his followers, even when they cannot understand where the road is leading. Season 6 will remind us that sacrifice is not sudden. It is built step by step, choice by choice, moment by moment. We will see Jesus preparing his disciples for what lies ahead, giving them teachings that are not just for their time, but for all time. His words will sound simple, yet they will echo like thunder. He will tell them that the road will be hard, that the world will turn against them, and that faith will demand everything. The disciples will struggle to understand. How could a movement filled with so much life and hope end in suffering? How could the one they have seen command storms and heal the broken speak of death with such certainty? Their hearts will ache with confusion. Their minds will search for another way. But the truth will press in. Sacrifice cannot be avoided. This season will not shy away from that heaviness. It will linger on the silence after his words, on the looks exchanged between disciples, on the weight of knowing something irreversible is drawing near. It will show us that love, real love, is not just about miracles and moments of joy. It is about the willingness to lay everything down, even life itself. As viewers, we know where this story is heading. But Season 6 will not rush to the end. Instead, it will pull us into the slow, powerful build of destiny. We will feel the unease, the sorrow, the beauty of a sacrifice that is both heartbreaking and world-changing. And when the shadow of the cross falls across the screen, we will not only see history, we will feel the cost of love that was willing to give everything. Every story has a heartbeat, and in Season 6 of The Chosen, that heartbeat is louder than ever. The journey has moved from joy to conflict, from miracles to opposition, from loyalty to betrayal, and now to the shadow of sacrifice. Yet through it all, one truth rises. This story is not ending. It is only moving closer to its greatest moment. Season 6 is more than a continuation. It is a bridge, carrying us from the miracles that amazed the world to the sacrifice that changed it forever. Each scene will prepare us, not only for what is about to happen, but for why it matters. This is the season where hearts will break, where faith will be tested, and where hope will shine in the darkest hour. For the disciples, the weight of choice has never been heavier. For Jesus, the path ahead has never been clearer. And for the viewers, the invitation has never been stronger. To watch this season is to step closer to history, closer to the heart of sacrifice, and closer to the truth that still shapes lives today. The Chosen has always been about more than a show. It has been about connection, across cultures, across faiths, across time itself. It has drawn us into the lives of ordinary people called to an extraordinary mission. And now, Season 6 invites us once again to walk beside them, to feel their fears, their doubts, their courage, and their love. The wait is almost over. Season 6 of The Chosen is set to arrive, carrying with it the moments we have longed to see. The release date stands as a promise that soon we will enter the next chapter of this life-changing journey. It is not just another season, it is a step into destiny. And so we end with the same anticipation that has carried us this far. The screen fades, the music swells, and the words linger. Prepare your hearts. Season 6 is coming. The story is not finished. It has only just begun.